Alright, here we are, game 2 between compLexity and Animal Planet. Bit of an interesting ending to that game 1. It seemed as though maybe Animal Planet bailed out of that a little bit early. They had 3 guys, no buyback. The push was on heavy from compLexity, maybe the right spot, instead of extending the game about 5-10 more minutes on a loss. Trying to regroup and restart on a plan to beat the side of compLexity. For compLexity, they go to the Winter Wyvern, back to the Shadow Fiend. For Animal Planet, Tusk and Phantom Lancer. You've got the Shadow Shaman as well as the Bane, Clockwork, Razor, and Batrider here for compLexity banned out. And then Animal Planet, they've banned out the Tiny Lycan, Puck, Brew, Omni Knight.
10 seconds.
So far, quite interesting bans coming out, and obviously the Omni Knight makes sense here from the Animal Planet after getting slam jammed by Moo's Omni Knight. That did stick in the safe lane. You've got Winter Wyvern to work out right now for compLexity, as well as the Shadow Fiend. Tusk over mid, Phantom Lancer for the side of Animal Planet. We'll see if that's a mid Phantom Lancer or a safe lane Phantom Lancer. And now DK picked up for compLexity, and to follow that up, you've got the Ancient Apparition here for Animal Planet. So your 4-5 are the Ancient Apparition and the Tusk. You can use the Ice Shards to try and line up that Ice Blast, as well as try to see what you can do lining up a long-range Ice Blast. If you can find someone, Phantom Lancer, Spirit Lance, get that Soul for just a moment, get the Ice Shards to block him in, Ice Blast comes in, trying to go for those long-range kills, and maybe we see a CK. It's just that classic pairing of CK, Ancient Apparition for the Ice Blast Reality Rift. But we'll have to see. I don't think so. I don't know where Phantom Lancer is going at the moment. I've seen him mid. I've seen him safe lane a fair amount of times, to the point where this draft does still remain a little bit open. So we'll see what the side of compLexity want to do with this DK, where it's going to be, safe lane or mid. Got the Shadow Fiend picked up, so you got to assume at least that this DK is in the mid lane. They did have Limp on the SF last time around. Kunkka picked up, so now you've got the 4-position Kunkka locked down with the X marks the spot, as well as the Torrent, the Soul of the Arctic Burn, as well as the lockdown of Winter's Curse. Dragon Tail here for Dragonite. Maybe they want one more Reliant Stun, and this would come in an offlaner. No Batrider available. Maybe they go to the Underlord or the Tidehunter for team fight. But for the other side, Animal Planet, they still need 2 more cores to come out here for the side of their squad, with Ancient Apparition, Tusk, as well as the Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer, what we've been seeing a lot recently is Battle Fury Phantom Lancer. Sounds ridiculous, I know, but seems to be working quite a bit for the Phantom Lancers. We'll see if it does work. I feel like Diffusal is just that much better. I haven't really been a fan of Battle Fury Phantom Lancer, but these teams have enjoyed it, have worked with it, and continue to use it. And then we take a look as the offlane Doom comes out for Animal Planet, which will probably be like a 1-1-4-1 build. Get that 4 in the Infernal Blade. Do a nice amount of damage early. As well as maybe have the Ancient Apparition come over once or twice with the Chilling Touch, Cold Feet. That with the Infernal Blade could get yourself a couple of early kills on the side of Animal Planet. Last ban is OD. Thinking that Phantom Lancer is going to be in the safe lane. We'll see if he does go for the Battle Fury over in that safe lane, or does go for the Diffusal Blade. But OD banned out. You think about the mids that you have the opportunity to go with. Kind of need a tanky mid, and the tankiest of mids is already taken away. And he's going to be put in the safe lane for compLexity, and that is the Dragonite. So Got Dragonite here, safe lane for complexity. Shadow Fiend picked up for the mid most likely. Kunkka 4, Winter Wyvern 5, and we'll see what they want to do in the off lane. If this does end up going to the tide, maybe they go for the Underlord, could go a Batten. Already taken away that Omni Knight of Moose. So 52 seconds again, Animal Planet, first pick of the last phase. And again, leaving it open for the side of complexity. It could end up being an offlane Dragonite. It's rare to see, but maybe they go for the Dragonite in the offlane, Shadow Fiend over mid and a different safe laner. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I don't exactly like DK over in the safe lane. I'd rather him mid or in the off lane. I haven't seen much success with a safe lane DK. I've seen a lot more success, obviously, with the mid DK. And then I think over that, honestly, DK in the off lane before DK safe lane.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Radiant's turn to pick.
So Death Prophet picked up for the mid. That will be a safe lane Phantom Lancer. No surprise there. See it all too often. Tusk, Death Prophet mixture over mid. Up against the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend a bit susceptible early to ganks. He'll have the Winter Wyvern there. Maybe the Kunkka instead. Or maybe even both. It's become ridiculous, honestly, with the tri-lanes, the dual lanes, mid. They just never end. It's never going back to solo mid, ever again. So Weaver picked up, and that's due to the fact that, yeah, they do have Doom to work with, but their lockdown isn't really that great, and it is the off-lane Dragonite. Shadow Fiend mid again, safe lane Weaver, Kyle on that Kunkka, Z-Freak on the Winter Wyvern. We'll see what Animal Planet choose to pick up. Ritsu on the Phantom Lancer, Moomiander in that offlane Doom, Kitrak on the Ancient Apparition, AUI will be on that Tusk, and then Bryle on the Death Prophet.
Seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
So, we're ready to go in Game 2 in just a moment. Complexity with a 1-0 lead in this upper bracket. 4 teams. There's an upper bracket for some reason. And there it is, Bryle on the Death Prophet. So, there it is. Offlane Moo, DK. Could throw him in the safe lane. I think they threw Moo in the safe lane last time around. But we'll have to see. It does look as though they have sent Chessie over here in the off lane to farm up again. And that'll send Moo over safe lane. But that's, of course, if they keep their lanes. Meanwhile, over as 5 is the side of Animal Planet. Looking possibly for this early smoke and aggression to get that first blood. They don't exactly have a lot of lockdown to get it, but when you have that extra damage from the Chilling Touch, you go in with Ritsu, you go in with the Ice Shards, try to get maybe first blood, maybe a second kill as well. So they start to head on over. Ward is placed here for the side of complexity. We'll spot rotations coming through. They don't actually commit to the smoke play. compLexity just kind of hanging out around here, but they'll probably end up heading over towards top to grab these bounty runes. So they've got SF on the lower one, upper one, they've got GESC nearby, and they're ready to go in just a moment.
And we're clear for running.
Two bounty runes apiece. Bryle gets two, Limp gets one, GESC gets one, and the lanes are starting to set up, form up, move in the safe lane as this position 3 DK. Got the Winter Wyvern here, Z-Freak, as well as the Weaver in the off lane. Over mid, you'll have Limp with Kyle on the Kunkka. Limp's going to be on that Shadow Fiend. Over across the river is Bryle on the Death Prophet mid. They've got AUI coming over bottom for a tri-lane for a moment, with Moon Meander, as well as the Ancient Apparition of Kitrak, and then over by himself over top is Ritsu on the Phantom Lancer. So, lanes right now, I would say DK is going to do decently up against this Doom. Especially really no big threat once you do get yourself that Dragon Blood. Let's take a look over is Kitrak. And not really in much danger at the moment as it is only Necro Mastery for the Shadow Fiend. No raises to work with. Kitrak got to be very careful. They've got AOI here with the Ice Shards. They won't lock in Kyle by this Tier 1 tower. They lock him in, maybe get Chilling Touch, and they can get themselves First Blood. So they have to be very careful on the side of compLexity. Let's take a look over top. They have actually switched the lanes up. So Moo's come over into the off lane up against Ritsu. Then they've sent the Weaver down here, and Weaver shouldn't really have a problem up against Moo Meander either. And it's all about the matchups where Moo is going to do decently well against Ritsu. The Breathe Fire, he's got the Dragon Blood, and they play musical lanes again. So here they come. Ritsu over bottom, Doom over top. When the music stops, everybody sits down and stays in their lane. And for right now, the music is a-playing. A musical chairs joke work for you? No? Of course it didn't. It was terrible. So for right now, it's top 3 on the CS chart are all from the side of compLexity, and that is due a little bit, in fact, to the part that they did swap lanes for just a moment. They've got AUI coming in with an Invis rune, Ice Shards, as well as the Snowball ready to go. Got Spirit Siphon as well as the Crypt Swarm, and this could be an early First Blood for the side of Animal Planet. They're looking to go in on Kyle. If he goes down the stairs, that would be a bad spot for him to be with the Chilling Touch coming through. Actually throw the Ice Shards on to Limp. The Torrent hits on one, but they'll still get the kill with the Chilling Touch extra damage. Bryle draws First Blood. And now Kyle is forced to sit under this Tier 1 tower to survive. An early lead here for Animal Planet. We'll see if they can turn this early advantage into something. If they're able to keep Bryle alive, continue to be aggressive over mid. Again, SF, one of those very susceptible mid laners to getting ganked, especially when you've got 3 heroes coming in, one with Snowball, Ice Shards, Spirit Siphon on top of that Crypt Swarm, and then Chilling Touch. It's just so easy to get that damage out there and get yourself a kill. And they will definitely look to continue this aggression time and time again. And Kyle just trying to throw out as many torrents as he can just to lock down the side of Animal Planet for just a moment as you see how much damage Rays can do. So Kitrak coming around the back again. He has Cold Feet this time with Chilling Touch, so the extra damage as well as possible lockdown if they land the Ice Shards right. Not getting too aggressive just yet. Z-Freak actually hit by the Spirit Lance and slow him down for just a moment. But the bounty runes go to both Z-Freak as well as Kyle. So they are looking to come around on this SF over mid. They'll have the Snowball as well as the Ice Shards to work with. They show AY again, knowing that he's been near the lane for quite some time. They've actually moved Kyle away from this lane to maybe go in over a top. Keep an eye on the Doom over top as they are going to go in under this tier 1 tower. They'll get the Torrent as well as the Breathe Fire. They don't have the kill just yet with the Infernal Blade hitting onto Kyle. He's in a little bit of trouble. There's the X marks the spot. Back on to Moo. The Cold Feet, they'll get at least one. They'll look over at Kyle. They won't get the kill. And it ends up going horribly wrong there for the side of compLexity, giving up Moo. That Scorched Earth keeping Moo Meander alive. Does not go for the 1-1-4-1 build. Actually ends up going 1-2-2. So with that second level in Scorched Earth with the extra regen, as well as the extra damage, they're able to kill off Moo with this Ancient Apparition. Coming back over towards mid, he was able to come over top, get the Cold Feet out on Moo and get the kill. Snowball in on to Kyle. They look for the Cold Feet. They slow him down. There's the Spirit Siphon coming out onto Kyle. He turns around for just a moment. He'll be hit by that Crypt Swarm. Now 3-0 in favor of Animal Planet. Limp doing a lot of damage to Hit Rack. Slowed up by the Arctic Burn. Is it enough damage? One more shot will do with the Arctic Burn. Wears out, and now Bryle all by himself, but okay in this lane as Tusk as well as the Ancient Apparition are forced to go back low on health, and past the 5-minute mark, we'll be able to use this Shrine to heal up and maybe come back in immediately to go after the SF. Ritsu getting chased down. There's the Swarm on Ritsu. He forced to use that Doppelganger. He still continue to hit away, and with the Shikuchi, Chessie able to find a nice little kill over top. Cold Feet again out on Moo. He's got the Ice Shards to lock him in. He'll freeze over in just a moment. One more shot will get the kill, and it will be Kit Rack with the Chilling Touch, who cleans up Moo, and now 4-1 in favor of Animal Planet. So early on, it's a lead here for Animal Planet in terms of kills, but the net worth, the farming's been quite good for the side of compLexity. And you take a look at where Chessie's at, a little bit of an opposite of where he was in the first game. On that drought, he was continually getting harassed, and you take a look at what the difference is. You had Chessie in the off lane, now it's Moo. Chessie now in the safe lane. Moo's being the one who's harassed out. He's been killed off 2 times already. They actually look at Moo Meander with the ult coming out from Moo. They'll look for the Dragon Tail in just a moment. They pull him back with the X marks the spot, but I don't know if they have enough damage. The Scorched Earth is enough. The stun comes through. They'll have Infernal Blade in just 2 seconds. Kyle might fall for this, and Moo Meander will get the kill. Meanwhile, Limp over mid will die. It's now 6-1. Death Prophet getting low as Z-Freak trying to work on a couple of these heroes. AUI under the tower, under the nose of Z-Freak, is able to get himself out. But they will get the kill on Bryle with that Splinter Blast. And now again, over bottom, Ritsu in a little bit of trouble. Chessie comes in, gets another kill here onto the Phantom Lancer. And this is very important for compLexity to have their Weaver doing well in his lane. And he's doing very well to slow down this Phantom Lancer.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Chessie, top of the net worth by about 800 gold. You take a look at where the Phantom Lancer is, having an abysmal game right now. Ritsu just not able to make anything happen. About to hit level 6, but still so far behind. And you take a look at the difference in net worth, about 1,000 in favor of compLexity, but 2,000 experience in their favor as well. So they are starting to pull away just a little bit. Moo Meander does go 1-4-2-1 on this build. 4 in that Scorched Earth with 30 regen, really keeping him alive. Over top again, Ritsu forced to run back. I think Chessie might just have the kill, but now he's being overwhelmed by illusions. Chessie forced to use that time lapse and trying to run away, taking a lot more damage than he probably expected, as Ritsu did hit that level 6.
Dire's bottom tower won't last
So
long.
are you supposed to be some kind of...
Smoke comes out here from the side of Animal Planet. Bryle, AUI, both heading over top. They'll have themselves the Snowball, Ice Shards into the Spirit Siphon, Crypt Swarm of Bryle. That's exactly what they use to try and take out Moo. Moo does have that Elder Dragon form as well as 2 in the Dragon Blood. But he has to be very careful. Now into the trees. Owie's here. The Snowball probably started in just a moment. The Dragon Tail comes out. They've got the Spirit Siphon, Breathe Fire. Exorcism even used for this. And oop, all of a sudden, we've got a little bit of a Winter's Curse, but that's not going to hold them in time to get Moo out of there. Snowball coming in deep, picking up both his friends, and now Z-Freak in a lot of trouble. There's the silence on the Winter Wyvern. Ice Shards block him in. Exorcism raining in damage. There's the kill from Bryle, but here comes Chessie. GESC looking to get a couple of kills here, especially on Moomiander, but they've got the Spirit Siphon onto this Weaver. He's got to be very careful. Moomiander also hits the deck. It's the first one to fall on the side of Animal Planet. Now they go after Brile. They're still continuing to chase. No TP to get out of here, but does have 14 charges on that wand. They'll hit the Torrent. They continue to go in. The Raze is hit, and GESC with the double kill. So they will turn that around to get a couple of kills for them. They'll kill off Moomiander as well as Brile. And both kills go in the way of this Weaver, now sitting still nicely at top of the net worth. So GESC working on that Diffusal Blade first. The Phantom Lancer still working on the treads. Not even sure if he's going to go Battle Fury or into this Diffusal Blade just yet. That'll be a decision to be made later, but Weaver will have that Diffusal Blade to start. Oh no, Infernal Blade. Dragon Tail just hit. Ice Blast coming through, and it's going to land on Moomiander, holding that Doom. Infernal Blade again. Crypt Swarm hits, and he will go down thanks to the Ice Blast damage, and Moomiander there with this Scorched Earth. Over bottom, Ritsu X boat coming through, pulled back, down he goes. Nicely played there by Kyle to get the kill. Got AUI down here, but it won't be enough to save Ritsu, and Ritsu still behind the DK, and he's only 100 gold in front of Kyle, who's on this Kunkka 1, 2, and 2. The TP comes in from Moo, and immediately doomed up, as well as the Infernal Blade, going to be chased all the way down. The Ice Blast hits again. And that's actually trouble to the point where I think Moo is just dead. He'll end up shattering the Kit Rack. They look over at Moomiander. The Infernal Blade hits so hard. Moomiander gets another kill there on Z-Freak. He ends up falling to the Razes. Let's take a look over bottom again as Kyle and Ritsu starting to trade blows. But unfortunately for Kyle, GESC still continuing to just farm over on these neutrals. Just trying to finish off this Diffusal Blade, and only 200 gold away from it. Snowball comes out, as well as the Cold Feet Spirit Siphon. Brile with another kill. The boat comes out, but he's not going to hit anything. Able to walk away is the side of Animal Planet. So finally some space made for Ritsu. We'll go into that Battle Fury on this Phantom Lancer. See how that works out for him. The Diffusal Blade already finished off here for GESC. Limp down in the third in the net worth gain, down 900 gold to the Death Prophet. Going for the drums first, but GESC again, he is your shining grace here, 900 gold in front of this Death Prophet himself, and he does finally finish off that Diffusal. So Moo 0-5-1. Finally trying to make something happen, and he is standing over bottom, but with 3 heroes here from the side of Animal Planet, it's not the wisest move to want to go out there. Meanwhile, the rest of his team will try to head over mid to get a kill and a tower. They'll kill off Brile. They look over at Moomiander. There's the X with a Scorched Earth on him. Be very careful about this as the boat comes through, gets the hit onto Moomiander, getting quite low with the Urn on him. A couple more shots will clean him up. The Torrent's going to be a little bit short, but there's the Diffusal slow, and there is the kill for this Weaver, as well as getting the time lapse out. Tusk is going to die over bottom. Limp gets a double kill on Ritsu and AUI. So I show up a little bit late to those kills. See the ones over mid, but 4 kills all of a sudden for the side of compLexity. Pull themselves a 2,000 net worth lead as Moo does die for the 6th time. So Ritsu just not finding any farm right now. You compare that with the DK, I mean, the two of them really aren't finding much farm. So 13-11, 3,000 net worth lead. You take a look at what they got. The BKB first again here for the Shadow Fiend. It did work out in the last game for Limp. Got GESC now with the Diffusal Blade, which is much better than what he had in the previous game in the spot he was in. But DK, just nowhere near anything. Sitting very low in the net worth behind the 3 cores of the side of Animal Planet. Move GESC down here with Moo, maybe to keep him a little bit safe as he does try to go for that level 10 as well as get this tier 1 tower at bottom. Doesn't look as though they're looking to trade or even defend this tower, and they will lose it. That's good go in the way of Mu as he picks up that tower kill.
And the tide.
And, ooh, there's the audible. Ritsu going for the Diffusal Blade instead of that Battle Fury. We'll see if the Diffusal Blade does end up working for Ritsu, but this is going to be a slow one, of course, also against the Diffusal Blade of the Weaver. They look over at Limp over mid. There's the Death Requiem. Aoi trying to run away. AUI with the Sigil, the Swarm doing enough damage. There's the Dragon Tail coming out from Mu. The double kill again from Chessie. They'll get the double kill thanks to the help of Mu. They end up losing themselves their Shadow Fiend, but this is an 8-0 Weaver, already working towards a Lincoln Sphere and very close to it already with the Asha on the way. Doom out here on to Z-Freak. He'll probably end up dropping, but now they go for Mu Meander. They look for the Dragon Tail. I don't know if Mu's going to be there in time. He won't be. And unfortunately, no longer in that Elder Dragon form, not able to get the ranged stun. So 15-13, 3,000 net worth lead here still for the side of compLexity. Mu going into that Shadow Blade. You take a look over at this Shadow Fiend still going for the BKB. Not terribly far off of it, and we've seen this first item BKB work in the past for this Shadow Fiend as it did in the last game. So 4-man smoke from Animal Planet trying to come across. You take a look over mid. They do spot Kyle. Mu Meander going in with the drums. Infernal Blade right in his face. Works right past that Torrent. Will end up getting sent back into that boat. Kyle will be able to survive for now. The rest of the team's smoke will kind of fizzle as nobody's up here anymore for the side of compLexity.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
The scan on Z-Freak. Ice Blast is going to fall a little bit to the left of Z-Freak, who's able to use that Arctic Burn to find himself an escape.
Dire structures are fortified.
All the while, Ritsu, AUI, and Kitrak make enough space to take this tier 1 tower over bottom, but Chessie has now traded that tier 1 bottom for a tier 2 top. Not a trade you're always really in favor of giving. But he doesn't end up, they don't end up defending this top tier 2, and they just get the tier 1, which I don't know how worth it that really is. They go into the Roshan pit. They've got the Swarm to work with. Limp hitting away. He's got himself enough for that Mithril Hammer, closing in on that BKB. Let me take a look at the Dragon Knight. This should be the Aegis here for Chessie, who is closing in on that Lincoln Sphere. Ice Blast comes in as well as the Ice Shards. There's the Requiem charged up on a Mu Meander. The Ice Shards actually block him out from the pit. They've got the Snatch of the Aegis as Dire does get the kill and the credit for it. Mu Meander in a little bit of trouble as the Dragon Tail comes out. The damage coming out from Limp. Walrus Punch to death. And now they look over at Prile as well as AUI as Mu getting chased down thanks to the Spirit Siphon. You've also got the Weaver about 75% health as the dust comes out on him. They'll take out AUI. They look over at Prile with the Dragon Tail hitting the Spirit Siphon, keeping him alive. There's the Splinter Blast thrown out from Z-Freak. Mu's still alive somehow with the Cold Feet on him, and they'll take out Prile. They look over at Kitrak. Mu can be hit by the Cold Embrace, staying alive. Chessie for now, continuing to chase, and now they've got the Winter's Curse here to lock in this Phantom Lancer. Kitrak getting very low with the Chikuchi coming through from Chessie. They'll get the kill. They look over at Risu with a Doppelganger up to the high ground, trying to TP out. Can they get the Dragon Tail and kill? No! Just on cooldown for 3 more seconds for Mu as that Dragon Tail just getting out alive is this Phantom Lancer, and they don't even pop the Aegis on Chessie. And all of a sudden, they're starting to break this game open. Finally taking advantage here and kills 17-16, 5,000 net worth lead. Lincoln Sphere is just about finished for Chessie. No longer needing to worry about that Doom, but in trouble as he's under this tower and nobody here to really save him. He uses that time lapse, they'll pop the Aegis, and he might just be dead. Ice Blast timed right, and Infernal Blade hits, but the Ice Shards don't. Got him used up with Sentry Wards placed, down 2 of them out, actually. And wow, Ritsu getting a 10 times kill streak. compLexity not even turning around to help out their carry at all. They didn't even think twice about it. That's a lot of gold going the way of Animal Planet. Not something you're really happy about giving up, but it does make space for Mu, of course, to get that Shadow Blade. And then it looks to open up the BKB possibilities here for Limp. So they'll be able to fight again once this Weaver is up, once they grab that BKB on Limp, and maybe the Shadow Blade here on the Mu. It's finally finished off, and the BKB coming in soon. For the side of Animal Planet, they've got this Diffusal Blade here for the Phantom Lands. You take a look over at the Doom. Going for this Crimson Guard, has the Vanguard, Moomiander. A very hard hero to kill right now, and we've seen it as these fights have raged on, and he's just able to continue to throw out those Infernal Blades. BKB next here for the Death Prophet, has the Ogre Club already. About to have that Mithril Hammer, and then you take a look at Phantom Lancer trying to finish off that Manta Stone.
Dire are scanning for enemy.
Take a look at Chessie. He's going for the Desolator now. Sentries are all over the place. This is an Observer Ward. I don't like that that's blue. 2 sentries here for Chessie. Sentry here for Chessie. A lot of vision. Or not really vision, but a lot of sentry vision for Chessie. Coming over his Limp. He is smoked up. They are over on the side. There's the Shadow Blade. They also get the Dragon Tail tick. Wow, clean up Kit Rack. The rest of the team immediately trying to escape. Moomiander getting away with that Scorched Earth, as well as running away with the Drum. And he'll make enough space between him and the side of compLexity. And now the Meteor Hammer here for Z-Freak. The literal teabag of Dota comes out for Z-Freak. First item on a Winter Wyvern. That's ridiculous. They stop the push over bottom for just a moment. They'll take the tier 2 over mid. Continue to throw these raises to try and continue to push. They actually back off for just a moment. They lose Z-Freak. 3 heroes are here all of a sudden for the side of Animal Planet. PL, after that abysmal start early, Ritsu was able to get over the hump. He's now going for the heart, has the Diffusal with the Yasha. Is that Manta style coming out, or is that just straight Yasha in too hard? It does seem that way. He's at 9,600 net worth, getting it at about 10,000. Of course, in front of him is Chessie, who's only died once, 11, 1, and 3. And he's now looking for that Desolator. You take a look over, BKB finished here for the Shadow Fiend. See if he goes for that SNY next like he did in the last game, and then Dragonite Mu with this Shadow Blade that took him so long to get, as you see how far down he is on the net worth, but finally overpassing this Doom. He's going for the Blink Dagger. Blink to the Infernal Blade, Blink Doom, Infernal Blade. It's a lot of damage, and it's disgusting. So Ice Shards thrown from AUI. They'll send Mu over. Red Rover. They will not send Tusk over on the side of Animal Planet. So for right now, Chessie just going to continue to farm, finish off this Desolator. Still 1,700 gold away from that. Got the SNY next here for Limp. And then, of course, you've got the other side, Animal Planet. We're going for this heart on the Phantom Lancer, as well as the Death Prophet. Just finished off that Yules, going for the BKB, and has the BKB at 10 seconds. And has those phase moves. It's an even game in terms of kills, but the net worth 4,000 in favor of compLexity. Moomiander with this invisibility. Coming around the back, trying to go in on Limp. Limp doesn't have a Lincolns to work with. There's the Doom immediately placed on with the Infernal Blade. They've also got this Snowball, but nicely saved, I think, maybe. Well, that Winter's Curse, and the Ice Blast is going to miss. The boat comes through. And let's see if Shadow Fiend's able to walk his way out. He should be able to, as the Doom is going to be off in just a moment. He'll get the kill on Z-Freak instead as a consolation prize, and finally, Mu able to pick up that hood. So making a lot of time here for this Phantom Lancer is the side of Animal Planet. Maybe to a point where Phantom Lancer overwhelms the side of compLexity. Obviously, you've got an SF right now with a 10-second BKB going for the SNY. You've got GESC going for the Desolator as well as the Diffusal Blade and the Lincoln, so should be pretty safe inside these team fights, but it could be tough, especially once Ritsu does pick up his heart. He's already picked up the Reaver, and now he's just 1,500 gold away from finishing off the 2 Vitality boosters. Moving forward again, not able to get under this tier 2, and the Phantom Lancer will pause. So a quick pause coming out from Animal Planet. Let's take a look around. Take a look at the Kunkka, Kyle, Arcane Boots, Earn, BKB, Yasha about to be SNY here for the SF. Desolator, 500 gold away. So we'll see if they look to fight. Maybe they wait for the next Roche. You'll know when that's coming up in 15 seconds. Then you've got Winter Wyvern, Arcane Boots, and the Mimir Hammer. As well as the Blink Dagger coming in next. And then Dragonite with the Hood going in the Blink Dagger as well as that Shadow Blade. So just trying to find a little bit of time for them. For the moment being is Animal Planet to get this farm up on Ritsu. That's enough for 1 Vitality booster. Meanwhile, 3 of these heroes are over top. Splinter Blast to push back this Doom. We take a look over the Tusk over bottom. Torrent hits on AUI coming in, and Jesse gets the kill now, 12-1. So with that kill and 3 heroes over top, they should be able to push this tier 2, the last outer tower that stands for Animal Planet. We'll continue to push in. This is exactly how the compLexity game, or the first game between these two teams, ended last time. And that brings up an important topic, buyback, as Phantom Lancer and Tusk are the only 2 that have it for the side of Animal Planet. They throw an Ice Blast out, trying to lead Limp. Will lead him enough to get the hit. We'll see if they're able to chase enough. But now Chessie here with the Desolator. He also got hit by that Ice Blast. They'll be able to TP away, at least for the most part. Kyle comes over, has the Yules, and won't be able to use anybody up to stop that TP. So all the outer towers are gone. This tier 3 tower under half health. Very reminiscent of that first game. But at least this time, they've got a little bit more farm here and a little more room to play with for the side of Animal Planet. They've got a farmed up core in this Phantom Lancer. You take a look at the rest of the team. Farmed up quite well is the Death Prophet Bryle. Going for that Octarine core. And Smoke in a second. Not just yet. Let's see. Kyle. He doesn't have smoke. Chessie, no smoke, no smoke. Just continuing to push over top right now is Z-Freak going for the Glimmer Cape. And over bottom, again, is Moo. Just about closing in on that Blink Dagger. So even more initiation with that Blink. Going to be able to go in. Blink. Dragon Tail. Lock down a hero on the side of Animal Planet to make their move in. So coming over top right now is Ritsu. Got 4 other heroes on the side of Animal Planet coming through. Just the illusions here for right now, with Ritsu leading the charge in front of the creep wave. Breaking the creep wave will be Z-Freak. Ritsu retreating, but there are a couple of heroes here scanned up by where the shrine once stood, now a bounty rune area. Jesse pretty deep into the trees, as well as Z-Freak. There's the Sentry Ward in favor of compLexity. And the side of Animal Planet, at least for right now, will back off. They might even just go into Roshan with Exorcism, but they're not looking to do so, considering the fact that Moo, all of a sudden, is just taking your bottom tier 3. Continuing to move in, opens up the shrines, takes the tier 3. Nobody coming back on the side of Animal Planet. As there's the Winter's Curse. They've got the Snowball continuing to go in on Z-Freak. They've got the Walrus Punch. AUI doing a bit of damage, but the Cold Embrace is going to hold him in. Chessie gets the kill. They've got themselves one. They look for the boat with the X-Mark spot, as well as the Requiem landing down. Ice Blast will hit onto these 4 heroes. And getting back will be the Ancient Apparition and Ritsu. Team comes out here. On to the SF. Z-Freak does end up going down, but they'll trade the life of Moomiander for it. And that's almost more beneficial considering the fact that he just does not have buyback. There's no Doom up. Even if he did have buyback, you could go into Roshan. Maybe risk a Roche play. Obviously, they still do have the Phantom Lancer as well as the Death Prophet, but no Tusk either. So Ice Blast will come in, as well as Ritsu. The Ice Blast hits on 3, as well as the BKB getting popped by Limp, as well as Brylis to continue to fight. They look over at Moo getting shredded by the side of Animal Planet. Here comes the boat on. Ritsu locks him in, as well as these illusions just starting to do work at Roshan. They've actually continued to go in on the Weaver. Doesn't have time-lapse, and there's the Ice Path. They'll get the block, and they'll get the kill. Down he goes, 73 seconds without buyback. They've got the Exorcism to work this Roche. And already down to half health. This will be Aegis and Cheese here for the side of Animal Planet. Snowball, Cold Feet, not working just yet. There's the Cold Embrace. They'll grab the Aegis on Ritsu. And Ritsu, from deep in the depths of a 1,000 net worth total, about 5 minutes into this game, is all of a sudden top of the net worth above this Weaver and carrying his team to victory. This is a pretty decent comeback right now from the side of Animal Planet. They're looking to push this into a game 3 at the moment. Got the Aegis here on the Phantom Lancer, already has that heart. I think that's Manta Style coming out as well. And it is. Phantom Lancer is going to be very hard to kill. You saw how quickly they made work of this Weaver. Now they look to push over top as top and mid still have tier 2s for the side of compLexity. And the Courier is killed! Oh no! I mean, that's not, in the grand scheme of things, I wouldn't say that's the biggest of deals, but you lose your Manta Style like that for 3 minutes just about, Ritsu without it. It could be the item that changes his fight.
Dire's middle tower is drowning.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
So Chessie to push over bottom. He's going for the Hurricane Pike. 1,700 gold saved up. The rest of the team coming in, and there's the Doppelganger forward. Ice Blast leading the way and hits on to Limp as well as Kyle. Well, this might be a bait coming on through with the Dragon Tail hitting as well as the Requiem from Limp. No BKB pop just yet. He's stunned up once again. Now they're going to lose themselves Z-Freak as well as the Exorcism coming out from Bryle. Got 2 of the heroes locked in for just a moment. They're going to lose the Ancient Apparition. There is the TP with the BKB out from Limp, but no! The Walrus Punch comes in. AUI stops the TP. Down goes Limp. And 2 dead on the side of compLexity. And Animal Planet continuing to put their force onto the side of compLexity and now have evened up this game. This is absolutely insane how far they've made Phantom Lancer come. Ritsu had the most awful lane over bottom against Chessie, leading the net worth, leading his team, and this is looking really good for Animal Planet. Chessie gonna clean up this top shrine, at least. The real question is Z-Freak happy with the Meteor Hammer that he picked up? Was it worth it? It really becomes a question. Bryle here with the cheese. BKB 9 seconds, almost finishing off that Octarine core. You take a look, 500 health, 100 cast range, 50 damage in terms of talents for the Phantom Lancer, 22. 500 Phantom Rush range, 250 health, as well as the 20 attack speed. And then let's take a look at the offlane Doom, who went to the Devour bonus, as well as the movement speed. So he's going for the Shiva's Guard next. Moomiander looking quite good in terms of net worth. Goes ahead of Moo once again, who really has struggled in terms of farm, but almost has himself the full BKB. He's got 35 damage as well as that 30 attack speed. And then coming in at level 20, we'll see if he goes for the 2x Dragon, Blood, HP regen, and armor. thrown bottom just to continue to push in this bottom creep wave all the way across the map. Ancient Apparition, what do you got right now? 60 gold a minute, always nice as a support, especially my favorite support. Get that gold. So Lincoln Sphere next for Limp. We'll see if he's able to grab it. 2,400 gold. Let's take a look again at the network, or again at the buyback status. You got it on Phantom Lancer, Limp, and then on the Death Prophet as well as Kyle. And now finally Chessie picks it up. Meanwhile, the tower over mid goes down, and they're trying to push this top tier 3. They've got it down to about half health. So the ratting is on for now with nobody TPing over from the side of Animal Planet just yet.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Double catapults here. That should clean up the creep wave, but Chessie coming over top to try and just farm up a little bit more as well as push in this creep wave, go for the tier 3. And that's all the while Animal Planet are kind of postured up over on mid. No longer have this Aegis on the Phantom Lancer, but he's farming up quite well, almost finishing off a Butterfly, and there are the TPs, both the Tusk as well as the Phantom Lancer. And backing off and retreating for now will be the side of Animal Planet. So off that retreat from the side of Animal Planet, smoking up will be compLexity. Does Limp have this Lincoln's? He does. Let's see, is this going to be a counter smoke play? It could be. Could be to try to go for a smoke of their own as they do head over towards this bottom shrine area across the way from the side of the Dire, but they start to attack that shrine so they know where they are. We'll see if Animal Planet want to go for the move. If this is just a bait, they've got the Ice Blast to lead this off, as well as the Silence coming through. There's the blink off over the Shiva's Guard. The Ice Blast is going to hit. Silenced up for right now is this Weaver, but the Torrent hits on the backlines. They've got themselves a kill on a Z-Freak without the Winter's Curse. compLexity kind of left open in the dark, and now they've got the BKB pop by Moo. He's trying to get away with the Shadow Blade. A lot of heroes just continuing to chase him down, especially with the dust on him, and the chase will be on, and Moo not looking like he's going to get out of this one. Meanwhile, Chessie, all he can do is really just try and push over bottom, try and rat this out. But they're now down for what looks to be the first time all game. Throughout all 40 minutes, this is the first time that compLexity have been behind. Turn into a lead here for the side of Animal Planet. There's the Exorcism used. That's going to come in bottom, so they're going to try and split push on the side of Animal Planet. Force out the Glyph to start, and the siege is on here from the side of Animal Planet. Again, we take a look at buybacks one more time. It's buyback for the Phantom Lancer. The Witcher's Curse comes out. The Phantom Lancer hitting away at Bryle. Bryle's going to be in a lot of trouble. He almost goes down, but he eats the cheese just in time. The Requiem comes out from Limp as well as the BKB. They've already taken out Moo earlier in the last engagement. Now they'll take out Z-Freak again. The chase is on to Limp, and I don't know if they have what it takes to really take out the side of Animal Planet. As Kyle used up as well as silenced up, trying to get away. Owie gets a nicely placed Ice Shards on a Limp. Limp no longer has this BKB. He's going to fall. That's going to be 3 dead. And now they've only got the Shadow Fiend as well as the Weaver. Gem on the table. Everybody's still alive for the side of Animal Planet. They'll throw a Swarm out again. They'll only lose this melee racks over bottom, but now Animal Planet need to try and retreat out without going down. While getting low with the Warlord's Crunch. Link from Owie 2000, and now they've got the Silence onto the Weaver as well. BKB pop by Moo as well as Bryle. The chase is on, but I don't think they're going to have enough to close the distance, and they will get out for free. So 29-22, 6,000 net worth lead here for Animal Planet, and has all fallen apart here for the side of compLexity. At one point had a 7,500 net worth lead, considering the fact, and I know I continue to harp on this, considering the fact that Ritsu's lane was awful. He's 3,000 net worth in front of this Weaver, has enough gold for the Butterfly. A lot of surplus to play with, and compLexity sitting on their heels in between a possibility of a game 3 right now. What? Lag? So, ready to go again, I think. Spirit Vessel next here for the Tusk. He's got the Solar Crest as well as the Blink Dagger. 300 snowball speed. That's dirty. Roshan is up. This is Aegis, Cheese, and the Refresher Shard. Complexity trying to go in, but here come the Illusions as well as the Sigil. Spot Complexity out. And now the rotations come through from Animal Planet. You would expect Complexity have to try and get away from this, especially with the fact that Mu has no more mana. Immediately they use the 2 Arcane Boots. They retreat from the pit. Ice Shard's throwing, not going to spot anything, and Complexity wrapping around the back. But the scan comes out, and it is perfect on a Complexity. They might even turn this around, going on to the high ground. Ritsu moving forward, Illusion to lead the way. Mu showing themselves, and that will be the Illusion stunned up. And it wasn't really showing themselves. They didn't exactly... It wasn't unaware, was the side of Animal Planet, but... gives away their position. Animal Planet able to walk away. Complexity now on the wrong side of the river, as is Animal Planet, and the fight for Roche, the fight for Aegis Cheese and the Refresher Shard starts to build up now. It's an Observer Ward. No sentries here. Ice Blast thrown across the Roche pit again to push this creep wave out.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Dire loses their courier. Fully with nothing on it, and now its Illusions at least are hitting on Roshan. Complexity still waiting over here in Animal Planet's side of the jungle. Now all evacuated the Roche pit. They're going to come in from behind with the Doom coming through onto the Winter Wyvern. Z-Freak's going to be the first one to fall, as well as the BKB spot being popped around the horn on both sides. Now they look over at Limp, who's used that Requiem of Souls. The Silence comes through onto the Weaver. They're going to get the kill on Limp as he continues to try and run away. The Ice Blast to lead him. Peyton Manning from downtown. No chance as he makes the right turn. He gets up into that shrine, and now they've got Chessie to work with. They look over at Moomiander as well as Ritsu coming in with the Doppelganger. Not healing up enough will be this Limp. Complexity. Shadow Fiend, he goes down first. Now they look over at Pride with the Exorcism just raining damage in. The Infernal Blade hits onto Chessie, and the BKB pop by Moo, but it's not going to be enough as the Walrus Punch rains in. And now they're getting low. They'll lose Moo. They'll lose a third. They look over at Pride as Chessie's just trying to fight, trying to man fight this entire time. Silenced Up has the time lapse, but now at this point, too much time has passed for that to matter. They've got bottom creeps coming in to attack their tier 4s. The whole side of Animal Planet alive to take this Roche Aegis Cheese as well as the Refresher Shard. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh. That's straight disappointment right there. Straight disappointment. Boomer Cape used. They're looking for a good Winter's Curse to try and lock in these heroes. The Maelstrom's starting to hit away. Chessie trying to do as much damage as he can. Ritsu all the way behind this set of racks. Kyle trying to survive, but it will drop the gem. This is going to be the boat hitting down, but Ritsu, how do you even kill this? There's the Winter's Curse, but I don't know if that's enough time. They've got the BKB pop by Moomiander. There's the Doom onto this Z-Freak. Winter Wyvern, they go for the Winter Walrus Punch onto Chessie. Time lapse immediately to try and get away, but now he's muted as well with the Refresher Shard used by Moomiander. They'll get the kill. GG is called. We're going to a game 3. Animal Planet down 7,500 net worth at some point. Ritsu down about 2,000 net worth late into the early game. They end up coming back, and Animal Planet take a game off Complexity and will move on to game 3. So look at that. Just take a look. 14, 3, and 4. Chessie still not enough to make it work. Limp 4, 7, and 9. 2, 11, and 7 for Z Freak. 1 and 9 for Moo. Just destroyed the whole time. And now 1, 5, and 10 for Kyle. Meteor Hammer picked up first item here for Z Freak. Don't understand that, really. 12, 5, and 4 for Moomiander doing, or 12, 5, and 14, excuse me, doing everything for the side of Animal Planet. Involved in 26 of the 35 kills. AUI, 3, 5, and 23, 26 kills involved in for him. And, of course, Bryle, 8, 5, and 15. They did very well. We take a look at this graph. It was a 7,500 net worth lead for the side of compLexity. Went all downhill at about the 35-minute mark. Let's take a look at the player net worth 10 minutes into this game. Look at where Ritsu is. With this Phantom Lancer, half the net worth of the side of compLexity's carry of this Chessie Weaver. He should have had no business in this game, but instead ends it top of the net worth by 6,000 net worth on his own heroes, 7,000 on the first on compLexity, and they take game 2. We'll be going to a game 3. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92 on Twitter. Follow me there to know when I'm casting. We'll be back in just a moment.